Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day in mathematics. Warm-up number 6 is on the screen. It's only 3 itty-bitty problems. 1 and 2 are to simplify those expressions. And number 3 is to solve that inequality. Get started, please. Also, we will be using our Chromebook, so make sure you get those handy, please. And just a reminder, make sure you get them charged overnight, daily, because we will be using those often. Yes? Oh, the code? Give me a second. EZFB6. All right, so once again, warm-up number 6, equations and inequalities. Your home plays 4 problems only, which is solving equations and inequalities, and we will be done. All right, so for the presentation, for you to open that at home, here's the code. Write that down, 3MITQ. 3MITQ. So in case you missed a slide or whatever the case, go to Nearpod, log in. To advanced guys, remember, there's going to be some slides that require you to submit something, to scribble over them so you can move on to the next, and you're just going to copy from there. Okay? All right, we good? How's your weekend? Yeah? No home plate for the weekend? Thank you, Mr. Q. You're welcome. I got you. Yeah? All right. So, previous home plate, like I said, have a great weekend. Tonight, copy this, please. It's only 4 itty-bitty problems. We're just getting some more practice in. It says home plate solve. Number 1 is 4x plus 2 equals 6x plus 8. Number 2, 4 parentheses times 2x minus 5 close parentheses equals 10x plus 4. Number 3 is 6 minus 7 parentheses 8 plus 1 close parentheses equals negative 3. Open parentheses, 2 minus a, close parentheses. And number 4, 4 times parentheses, 3x plus 1, close parentheses, minus 7x equals 6 plus 5x minus 2. Copy that. All right, our objective for today, I can solve one variable equations and inequalities. I can solve one variable equations and inequalities. What concept are we still on? Tell your neighbor, please. What concept are we still on? Yeah, one variable equations and inequalities. That is correct. And what are we doing? We are still solving. So, here it goes. It's going to go pretty fast. Look up to the screen. By now, we know the main idea is what? One variable equations and inequalities. So, I started by introducing equations and inequalities with the scale. You guys remember that? And we said that if we put weight on one side, it goes down. The other one stayed the same. To balance it, we need to do the same thing to both sides. There it is. If I put more weight on the other side, it does the same thing. And that's where we get equations and inequalities. From there, we got our Freire model going. So before we move on, remind your neighbor the definition without looking at your notes. Without looking at your notes. What are one variable equations and inequalities? Let's see if they remember. All right, so write me or type me the definition that they told you on the screen, please, without looking at your notes. Whatever they told you, write it in there, please. Let's see if they got it right. What are one variable equations and inequalities? Anyways, enough of that. Thank you for sharing. Look up to the screen. Did you get something like this? Yes? Yeah. All right. So Steps that we were taking: simplify each side, isolate the variable. We're not plotting and checking right now, but we're doing the first two steps well. Did I start with one step equations? Yes. From there we went to two steps. Yes. From there we went to multi-step, which is these. Yes. Did we do some of these? Yes, multi-step. From there we moved on to these. Is that correct? Yes. All right. That one. And I think I skipped this one, but let's do this one. Right, example Q for this one. Example Q. Example Q. To solve. And it's 2 parentheses, 3a minus 1, close parentheses, equals 3a plus 7. All right? So you need the first thing to do, please, and then I can call on someone. All right, Maya Alarcon. So multiply the 2 into the 3a and to the negative 1. Be careful, guys. Some of you that distribute forget to do it to both terms. So this is, bless you, 6a minus 2 equals to 3a plus 7. All right. What do we do next? Tell your neighbor so we can, Maya can pass it to someone. Tell your neighbor what to do next. Maya, pass someone. Rylan. Add 6a and 3a. Okay. Close. Subtract. What do you subtract? The 3a or the 6a? 3a. So subtract 3a, and whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side. That is correct. So we're left with 3a minus 2 equals 7. Hands, have you got it to right there? All right, so far so good. And tell your neighbor what's the last thing we're going to do to finish it off. So like that, Rylan can pass someone. All right, pass someone. Kimberly. Add 2 to both sides. So we got 3a equals 9, and then divide by 3. A equals 3. All right. And if you got that, from 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with this? All right, let's continue. Copy this one, example super Q. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Example super Q. It's 4 minus 6a plus 4a equals negative 1 minus 5 parentheses 7 minus 2a, close parentheses. All right. Line down the equal sign. Tell your neighbor which side are you going to start with, the left side or the right side? All right, Kimberly, pass someone. Which side are you starting with, Noah? The right side? What do I do? Multiply? Yeah, so we're going to multiply the negative 5 to both terms. So we end up with negative 1. And we got negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Negative 5 times negative 2a, that's positive 10a. What do I do from there, Noah? Yeah, subtract these or combine them. What is negative 35 and negative 1? That's negative 36. Bring down the plus 10. We're done simplifying the right side. We need to go to the left side. Pass it to someone so like that they guide us through the left side. Okay. Jaden? Combine the like terms. Which ones? Negative 6a and positive 4 give us negative 2a, and then bring down the 4. So I'm going to bring that down here, 4 minus 2a. All right. So now we have variables on both sides. What do we do next? Tell your neighbor before we pass to someone. All right, Jaden, pass someone. Anthony, what do we do next? You what, I'm sorry? Add 2a to both sides. Add 2a, add 2a. Remember, I line them to the other variables, so like that you can just combine there. So these cancel. We're left with 4 equals negative 36, and this is 12a. All right? All right, tell your neighbor what are the last steps, so like that we can pass it to someone. All right, pass someone, Anthony. Danny? All right, Danny, what do we do? Add 36 to both sides. We end up with 40 equals 12a, and then divide by 12, divide by 12, and we have 40 divided by 12. Fits in there how many times, guys? 3, that's 36. 4 left over, so this is, I'll just add another 0. So that is 3 again. That's 36. And it repeats. Yeah. So this is 3.3 repeating. Hands if you got something like that. All right, we got this. Yes? Yes, Mr. Q? All right. So I think these are fairly simple to follow and to do. Let me see. Send me your work so I can see what you did with that one, please. It's on your screen. Example MJQ says solve 4m minus 3 less than 6m plus 5. All right, line down the inequality symbol. Tell your neighbor the first thing you're going to do to get started, so like that we can pass it to someone. All right, who went last? Danny, has someone? All right. You what? You add 3. Okay, so he's starting with the constant. Okay, let's follow along. Add 3 to both sides. We end up with 4m less than 6m plus 8. All right. So we end up with that situation. So, neighbor, what would we do from there? What would we do from there? Pass someone? Bam. All right, so check this out. Now, me, Mr. Q, I like to use smaller variables, and I would subtract 4m to both sides. However, to make it a learning moment, I'm going to get this variable and move it to the other side. So what is the opposite of a positive 6m? Minus 6m minus 6m. That leaves us with negative 2m less than 8. All right? Now check this out. Here goes the learning moment. What would be my last step here, guys? Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Therefore, m is less than negative 4. However, didn't I divide by a negative? That means I need to do what? Flip the symbol. Don't forget that. I did that on purpose so you guys can actually see. That's pretty cool, right? From bam. Anyways, how we doing? Good? From 1 to 5, I'll come to borrow you with these? Yes? We got this, yeah? All right. Once again, send me your work, please, on your screen. soon as you're done, let's do one more just for the sake of it. Let's see, that one. This one. Let's do this one, example Shazam Q. Example Shazam Q. And it reads, negative 2t plus 1 less than 5t minus 6. All right? And for this one, I do want you to do the whole thing by yourself. I think we already got enough help throughout. I'm going to send you the screen so you can send me your work as soon as you're done with that one. You got about 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, me. So I can pick anyone, right? Let's go. How about Anthony? Anthony, how about you pick someone? All right, Rebecca, what do I do next? Two t plus 2t, and then we got 1 less than 7t minus 6. Pass it to someone, Rebecca. Anthony, what do I do next? Add 6, so we end up with 7 less than 7t. Finish it off, Anthony. Yeah, divide by 7, 1 less than t. Hands if you got that by yourself. All right. Enough messing around with these simple ones, yeah? Okay, from 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with this? Yeah? Let's crank it up a bit, yes? Let's do some word problems. How about them apples? Let's go. Copy this one completely, please, and it reads, example 2Q. Example 2Q. It says, solve. Q scored 7 more points than LeBron. Nice. Jordan scored 2 times as many points as LeBron. Now that's for real right there. In total, the 3 scored 75 points. How many points did each of them score? Copy that, please. I'll give you some time. Hurry up. I'm going to pause the music. So check this out, guys. Whenever they give us a word problem that has a lot of information, there's a way of approaching this, but I don't want to, here's whelm. I don't want you here. Whelm. Here. You know what I'm saying? Can you remember what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want you overwhelmed. No? For somebody who went by too fast. So here it goes. Whenever I give you a word problem, I want you to first read it and then think about how many items or how many people they're talking about. So look at it. How many people or how many items are they talking about, people? 3. So with that said, we're going to make a table using those 3. And I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3, and 1 line across. I'm going to show you how to organize data from, or information from a word problem. Okay? So since there were 3 of them, it was Q, LeBron, and Jordan. So I do 3 lines down and 1 across. Who's the first person they mentioned? Q. So let's label this one Q. Who's the second person they mentioned? LeBron. So I'm just going to put LB. And the last person is Jordan. So I'm just going to label it J. And always the last column, we're going to title it total. Fairly simple. It's a very simple tool, and once you get used to using it, you're going to see how you're like, oh, snap. All right? So here we go. So let's start reading it again, and find out who they give us information. Okay, 4. Here it goes. It says Q scored. Okay, they talk about Q scoring. Jordan scored. Oh, they talk about Jordan scoring. Who's the only one they don't tell us scored? LeBron. Well, guess what? LeBron is going to be our variable, our X. We're going to label LeBron X because that's the one we don't know any information. Okay, so now that we have our X, we're going to go back again, read it again, and now we're going to label the other ones. Here it goes. Q scored 7 more than LeBron. Okay, think about it. If LeBron is X and Q scored 7 more than LeBron, tell your neighbor what we would write right here. What would we write right there? Who said X plus 7 or 7 plus X? Yes. LeBron is X, and I scored 7 more than him, more being plus. That's why we write that. Okay. Write it in there. Let's go to Jordan. Jordan scored 2 times as many as LeBron. So if LeBron is X, Jordan scored 2 times as much. What would we write there? Tell your neighbor, please. What would we write there? What would we write there, Marley? That would be if it was 2 more. But if it says 2 times LeBron, we would do times 2 or 2x. Write that in there, please. You're like, oh, okay. Let's go with a total. What is the total for all 3? So let's write it right there on the total, 75. Okay. I'm going to underline the question because we need to answer the question. How many points did each of them score? So check this out. It says, Q scored 7 more points than LeBron. Jordan scored 2 times as many points as LeBron. In total, the 3 scored. What does that mean in total, the 3? Altogether, yes? Which means what? Plus equal. Do you guys see the equation now? You're like, what? Let's solve the equation. All right, here we go. Line down the equal sign. Tell your neighbor what to do to the left side of the equal sign. What do we do to the left side of the equal sign? It's like Miroslava's got it. Very good. Marley's got it. Brandon's got it. Very good. Dominic, what do we do? Combine all the x's. What is 1x plus 1x plus 2x? 4x, bring down the plus 7, and all that equal to 75. That is correct. What do I do next, everyone? Subtract 7, 4x equals 68. And last but not least, divide by 4, x equals, what is it? 17. Let's go. That is correct. Now, if I stop there, it's all good, but you would get this problem wrong. Tell your neighbor why. You haven't answered the question. What is the question? How many points did each of them score? So let's see. Who is X? LeBron is X, so he is 17. There it is. Label it right there on the table. 17 for LeBron. Let's go to Jordan. How many points did Jordan score if he scored twice as many as LeBron? 34, that is correct. And last but not least, how much did I score? 17 plus 7, which is 24. All right, so let's write a statement. Whenever you have a word problem, you have a question, you need to write a statement. So you just write, Mr. Q scored 24 points, comma, LeBron scored 17 points, comma, and Jordan scored 34 points, period. At the end, I want you to write this 10 and a Q. Right in there. Can you remember what that is, please? Thank you. From the corner. All right, show me with your friends how comfortable are you with these kind of word problems? Using the table, yeah? You just think about how many items, stuff like that, 5, 5, 4s. Okay, let's do another one. This one, make sure you get help from your neighbor. See if you can do this one completely by yourself. Here it goes, and it reads. Copy that, please. It says, Daisy sold 4 more shirts than Sebastian. Sandra sold 3 times as many shirts as Daisy. In total, the 3 sold 51 shirts. How many shirts did Daisy sell? Oh, okay. I see what they're doing here. Copy that. I'm going to send you the screen from Nearpod as soon as you're done and asking your neighbor how to set it up and solve it. Show me your work on Nearpod. Copy and go. All right, so how many people are they talking about? 3, so 3 lines down. 1 across. Who's the first person they mentioned? Daisy. And then Sebastian, I'm going to write S-E. And then Sandra, S-A. And then at the end, total. And if you got something like that. All right. So, by reading it, Daisy sold 4 more. So they mentioned Daisy. Sandra sold. Who's the only one that they don't tell us sold? Sebastian. So Sebastian's going to be our X. We know the total. The total is what? 51. Then we read. Oh, my bad. I put it on the wrong spot. Sebastian is X. All right. It says Daisy sold 4 more shirts than Sebastian. So what do I write for Daisy, everyone? X plus 4, or 4 plus X. That's fine. Then it says Sandra sold 3 times as many as Daisy. Be careful with this one. 3 times as many as who? Daisy. So what is Daisy? X plus 4, right? But X plus 4, and then we multiply that times what? Times 3. That is correct. And at the end, the total is by putting plus signs here, here, and equal sign right there, and then solving the equation. All right? We'll stop right there. Man, time flies when you're having math. Let's go, right? All right, guys, so once again, you have 4 problems for home play. Make sure you get those done just for practice. We're still working on some foundational stuff. Have a good one. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.